my friends. Not sure who's in here yet, but hello and welcome to the live stream event. Again, coming to you live from my studio here in Austria. Let me just play a little bit of blues for you guys as people kind of join. And if you could, whoever's in here, could you leave a comment so that I can see the comments kind of flowing in, whether I'm able to see them nicely? That would be great. Thank you. Let's see if this works. There we go. Siegfried, how are you? Just some blues there for you, my friends. What are you saying, John? Do you ever do bends using a capo? If that makes a difference. Okay, yeah, so you definitely can do bends using a capo, but I think I'm not sure, you might be kind of running a risk of taking your guitar out of tune. I'm not 100% sure, but I definitely do it. Like you might risk taking your guitar out of tune a little bit, but I'll definitely bend using a capo. Most often you will see the capo being used on an acoustic guitar. So like bending isn't really that easy on an acoustic, so most of the time you're playing electric guitar when you're bending, and most of the time you're not using a capo when you're playing the electric. Of course people do, and you can, but yeah. Oh, actually, I think Albert King or Albert Collins, I'm not sure, I'm mixing up the names. That guy always used a capo on an electric guitar, and he bended like crazy. So definitely you can do some serious bending with a capo and an electric guitar. Okay, like bend your string with a capo on it, right? I see my friend Jim Gordon is in the house. Welcome, Jim. Nice to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. So, okay. Let's see what else did John say? When I've done them, my strings don't go back. Yeah, you do run the risk of getting your guitar out of tune. Like if you do a bend here, and then you're holding this string, right? It's not as intense for the capo if you're doing it right next to the capo, right? So if you have a finger here, you're probably a little bit more safe further up the neck than you are close to the capo in regards of putting it out of tune. So yeah, I'm doing good, Jim. Oh, Jim, did I call you John? I hope I didn't call you John before. I'm doing good, Jim. Nice to see you, my friend. I hope you're well. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about today was practice routine. I had a question here about practice routine from Ronald. And Ronald was asking about how to practice properly, how to grow. I hope that helps you, John. I hope that helps you. Just play around with it. I mean, the worst thing that can happen is that your guitar gets out of tune. And if you're not on stage, then that's not a big deal. But generally, yeah, I already said it all. Okay, so practice routine. So, all right, my friend, let me talk to you guys a little bit about practice routine, kind of my thoughts on it. So, generally, how I like to approach practice and how I recommend you approach practice is to do like what I kind of call the sandwich method. So, you start off your practice routine by something easy and something light and something simple and something that you already kind of have under your fingers, right? If it's too hard, if you're working on something hard, then don't start with that in your practice routine. Start with something easy, something that you already know how to play, something comfortable, and you could even just start with little exercises like this just to get the blood flowing, right? So something that's familiar, something that you feel confident doing, and that's fun for you, right? Because we want to have fun playing the guitar at the end of the day too. Let me just see, somebody wanted to join the group here now. Let me let them in real quick. If they want to be a part of the live stream, I gotta let them in. So yeah, just let me get back here real quickly. All right, I'm gonna have to stop doing that because I lose my train of thought. Okay, so as I was saying before I got distracted, which I'm not going to do anymore, is start with something easy, start with something light, start with something comfortable that you know how to do, get the blood flowing. You could stretch. Like, it's definitely good to stretch, and it feels good to just, get that stretching going. But for me, I'm always just too anxious. I want to play, and I rarely put the time into stretch, but it would be great to stretch too if you're a patient person. Then do a little bit of stretching, then move into something easy, something familiar, something you can do. I can see my friend Günther's in here. Hello, Günther, my friend from Austria. Günther used to be my one-on-one student, but he lives far away, so he's kind of stopped coming because of that. I see Rex is in here. How you doing, Rex? Welcome to the live stream. Okay, so start with something easy, and then what I would recommend doing is kind of in the middle of your practice routine, after you warmed up and did something that's easy and fun and that you enjoy, then attack something that's hard and that you can't do. There's tons of things on the guitar, obviously, that's hard, but those are the things that we should not avoid. I have found myself countless times avoiding things, and I just think to myself, I'm not going to do that now. I'm not going to do that now. And then I just constantly play fun stuff, right? But times of growth have really been when I just went through that wall and just forced myself to do the things that weren't fun, right? Like, for instance, lately I've been really working on like alternate picking, where you keep the down-up motion constantly without compromise. And it's so easy to cheat and just do 2 upstrokes in a row or 2 downstrokes in a row, and just forcing yourself to say, no, I'm going to do the hard thing because that's where I'm going to get better, right? So what I recommend is have that kind of be in the middle of your session, right? So you started off easy, you started off light, you had some fun, we're feeling good, oh yeah. And then we get to work, we get busy, we do the new thing, the hard thing, the dry thing, like reading about music theory or whatever, right? Stuff that you don't want to do, but it'll help you if you do it. And then what I would say is end it off again with something that's easy, right? That's why I call it the sandwich method. So we start with easy, we get into the hard stuff, and then we end it with something light again. So that way, practice and playing the guitar doesn't become something that's just hard. Rather, we start and finish with something that's easy, right? And by ending with something that's easy, hopefully you'll be motivated to play it the next day, right? Okay, so that's kind of how I recommend practice. Hey Günther, nice to see you, my friend. Wie geht's, mein Freund Günther? I can speak German, do you guys know that? Ich kann auch Deutsch reden, aber heute ist nicht die Zeit dafür. Okay, so I'm gonna stick to English, my friends, here. Okay, so that's one thing. So sandwich method is the first thing. The second thing that I recommend doing, and this really isn't about practice routine per se, but it's how you're going to hopefully practice more. So what we want to do is we want to stack the decks in our favor, right? How do we do that? We avoid things that are gonna, or we allow things that are gonna help us make it easy to practice. What I mean by that is we want to have our guitar in a place where we can hopefully see it during the day, right? If you pack it up in your guitar case and stuff it under the bed, you're not going to see it, which isn't going to kind of give you the idea that you could play. Plus, even if you think about playing, just the thought of pulling it out from under the bed, opening the case, taking it out, that thought might keep you from practicing, right? So what I recommend, if you can, have a guitar stand in your house somewhere, right? Hopefully one that locks like mine does so your guitar can't fall out if there's kids running around. Have it in a stand or hanging on the wall so that you see it all day. And then that will spark inspiration to play, and you will hopefully just randomly, without even planning it, take a few minutes and play guitar, right? So that's the second thing that I wanted to say about practice. There was a third thing, but I can't remember right now. I'll get back to it later if I can remember. I see John has another question. When you started out, how long did you practice per day? Okay, so when I started out, I was 18 and I was totally obsessed with the guitar. So my life had always been kind of, I never knew what I wanted to do with my life. It was all just in the air. I wasn't good at school. I hated school. I couldn't do school, right? So I was failing at school. Things were kind of weird at home and everything. And then I discovered the guitar at age 18. And for me, the guitar, like I started to play it and it took me away from my kind of problems, and it really gave me a sense of accomplishment, and I saw a direction. I saw something that I can get really, really good at, right? So for me, guitar was much more than just a hobby. I really felt it deep down. So I really became obsessed. I literally played all day. Like, I seriously played all day. I think to say 4 hours a day, that's an understatement. I probably played like 6 or 7 hours a day. So constantly just playing the guitar. And then when I got married and I had my wife and everything and a job, then I had to kind of slow down, but I still really was very serious about it. So I'd still play like at least an hour or two a day, every day. And then like if I had more time, I'd just play as much as I possibly could. So 4 hours wasn't a small amount of time for me. I know that most of you, 4 hours is probably, if you're lucky, what you get in a week. But when you're 18, 19, 20, and you don't have a lot of responsibilities, then it's realistic. Plus, I played in bands, so I would go to rehearsals, and I'd prepare for the rehearsals, and all that stuff. Definitely, if you can play with other musicians, because that really helps you grow too. Siegfried, my friend, what are you laughing about? Siegfried is laughing. I don't know why. Maybe my story's funny. I might dump the wife to play more. Oh, I see. That's why she's laughing. Or he. I'm not sure. Sorry. Yeah. No, don't dump your wife. Don't dump your wife. It's definitely worth it. It's worth it. But yeah, I mean that's just how I did it. If you can play an hour a day, that's great. That's really great. You know. And then it's also about, hi Jenny, welcome to the live stream. It's just about staying inspired, listening to music that inspires you, watching YouTubers that inspire you. Hopefully, if you watch a live stream and I talk about stuff, whatever, it inspires you to play. Playing with other musicians will keep you inspired. That's something that I've been kind of lacking the last couple of years because I've been teaching so much. And teaching kind of makes you go backwards because you have to go to a level that your students are at instead of progressing the whole time. So I'm kind of in that crossfire now of continuing with the growth musically and also keeping like people that are behind me, their problems in mind, so I can help them with their problems. Okay, so do we have any other questions? I had another question the other day from my friend. So he was asking about transitioning. And by the way, any of you guys that are live here with me, how many people are here? 6 people. Wow. Welcome, people, my friends. So whoever's watching. So what was I going to say? Oh yeah, transitioning from playing open chords and moving into playing solo guitar. How do you do that? What are the steps? So I don't know how many of you guys that are watching me now know the pentatonic scale and you play a little bit of electric guitar, solo guitar. Yeah. Tell your wife, John, that I recommended you play more guitar. And then yeah, she'll love me. She'll love me for that. So what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. Somebody remind me what I was saying. Oh yeah, open chords going into solo guitar. How do you do it? What are the steps? And all that. So what I would of course recommend is before you start playing solo guitar, you want to be able to switch between chords easily. It has to flow, right? Learn some songs. And then the first step really is to just learn the pentatonic scale. You know, I don't know how many of you guys know it. John, you know it because I've seen you soloing before. Siegfried, how are you doing with that? Günther, I'm not sure. Do you play any lead guitar, Günther? Excuse me. So you want to learn the pentatonic scale. And then slowly just start playing to backing tracks, right? And backing tracks, you can find them on YouTube. I have backing tracks within Super Simple Guitar within the membership. They're everywhere. You can find them everywhere. So you want to learn that first scale. Does anybody want me to teach the scale now? Who doesn't know it and who's watching? So anyway, you want to learn the scale. And then, like I had here, like a little backing track going before, which I looped. But then you just want to play to that. Just up and down the fretboard. I know the scale, but just start it with scales. Okay, that's a great place to be. Okay, Günther said that he learned all 5 positions. Yeah, so that's a great thing to do. But what I would say is before you learn all 5 positions, first learn one position, obviously, but before you move on to the next ones, really try to make music out of that first position. So what I mean by that is play the backing tracks and really try to not just go vertically, just up and down, but really try to come up with little melodies, try to experiment with slides, try to experiment with bends. See, first I bend it with this finger, then I bend it with this finger. So experiment with that. Play a little bit with some vibrato, right? And to a backing track, right? So try to play a little phrase. So that was just three notes there that I was playing, or 3 or 4 notes, right? So, and what's really important when you play lead guitar or solo guitar, it's not playing fast, it's playing phrases and playing something that the ear can recognize as a phrase. So I kind of went, it's not fast, but it's musical. It's much more musical than if I go, what's that? That's nothing, but, and there's subtleties in there, right? I did a little bend, came back down, so I went back to this note, and then I ended it with a little vibrato, right? That's 10 times more valuable than, what is that? That's nothing, right? It's maybe fast and flashy and whatever, but it's not music. So you want to learn the pentatonic, you want to play the backing tracks, and you want to try to do something musical with the notes, right? Because listen to this scale, and listen to this scale, and listen to this scale. It sounds exactly the same. It's just because I'm playing the same notes, just on a different part of the fretboard, right? So the sound is the same here as it is here, or here, or here, or anywhere, because we're playing the same notes, just on different parts all over the fretboard, right? So you want to get musical with the notes that you have under your fingers, right? And you do that by playing slowly, trying to play phrases, adding vibratos, adding bends, you know, taking time, and trying to play with feeling. Try to put some motion into that playing, you know? That's what the best guitar players in the world do. They put emotion into what they're playing, and that's why we can really feel the music, right? So that's how I recommend getting started with lead guitar. Is this making sense, my friends? Wow, I can see I got 17 thumbs up so far, 18. Thank you guys, I really, really appreciate it. This inspires me to come on here and teach. I have to admit, I was quite nervous. I don't know why I get nervous. It's just me sitting here in front of a computer talking to people over the internet, but still, I get nervous. So thank you guys. You helped me with my, you know, with the whole thing. So, do we have any more questions in here, my friends? I was thinking about teaching you guys a little lick today. Learned it mainly for the purpose of finger exercise. Yes, you can. Of course you can. And it's really good to get that down up going with the pick, right? Kind of the alternate picking. It's great for getting the coordination going. It's great for all of that. But I mean, listen to this. It's not music. Now I'm going to play two notes. That was just a bend. What would you rather listen to as a listener, right? You don't want to hear me do this. Even if it might be flashy, you know, if you can't do it, if you see somebody else doing it, but it's not musical, right? So my friends, that's how I recommend getting started with lead guitar. Inside the All Access membership at Super Simple Guitar, I have a course called, I don't even know what it's called, Playing Solo Guitar the Easy Way or something like that. And then I lay it all out for you in there, and I have PDF files with all the scales and everything. So if you're interested in going deeper and learning how to know what scale and to apply to different chord progressions, that's all laid out for you in there, okay? And those of you who watch the replay of this, if you're interested in that, I will give you a discount, and I will also send you a free copy of my book and a free t-shirt. So if you're interested in that, just write in the comments, whether you're watching this now or in the replay, I'm interested. Just type down, I'm interested in the comments, and I will contact you and send you a discount coupon for my thing. Oh yeah. Okay, so my friends, does anybody else have questions? Let me see here. I see my friend Martin might be wanting to join here. Okay, so I'm not sure. Okay, so let me move on. I can see John has to run. That's fine, John. Thank you for hanging out with me. Okay, so what I was thinking now is I'm just going to teach you guys that are still in here a little lick. So I thought it would be kind of cool to just teach you like the intro lick to Father and Son. I think I worked on this with you, Gunther. Have you got it down? Okay. So this is just a fun little lick that I want to show you guys before we close it down here. So what I'm doing is I'm holding a G chord, but instead of holding it with these fingers, I'm holding it like this. So my pinky is on the 3rd fret 1st string, and my ring finger is on the 6th string 3rd fret, right? then I'm doing a down, down, up. Then I'm going to do a down. And then with these two fingers, I'm going to hammer down. Okay, so that's... Okay, and I'm hammering down on the 1st fret, 2nd string, and the 2nd fret, 4th string. Okay, so that's really slow. See that? Sounds really cool, doesn't it? Came back to that just yesterday. Günther, send us a video of you playing that or upload it into the group. Okay. How many of you guys have a guitar out? How many of you guys are actually watching this, or girls with a guitar? I'm just curious whether you can kind of follow me here in real time. Of course, this is going to be a replay as well, and I'm going to send it all over the internet. But those of you who are live, can you get this down? Ba, ba, ba. So that's down, down, up, down, and then after that last down, I'm doing the hammer on. Sorry. See that? Again, this is the 2nd string 1st fret and the 4th string 2nd fret, right? That I'm hammering down. And that's a cool thing that you could also do on an A minor. Anytime you're playing an A minor. Anytime you're playing an A minor, you can play that A minor. You can release completely. So or you can do a hammer on with the entire chord. So okay, but back to the lesson. So, okay, I see Roland says he's got it. Really glad to hear that, my friend Roland. So, let me show you guys. Let's keep going here. Okay, and then the next cool little line, and this is really cool to practice playing with a pick and also string skipping, because we're going to be skipping between the 3rd and the 1st string. Okay, so I'm going to slide now from the 2nd fret 3rd string into the 4th fret 3rd string. So I'm just going to stay on this string and I'm going to slide in the 4th fret from the 2nd one. Okay, and then with my pick, I'm down here now on the 1st string, 3rd fret. Okay, so I'm sliding in, and then with my 1st finger, I'm coming down here and I'm playing this note. And that's a down stroke, and then an up stroke with the pick. Okay, let me get a little bit higher up here so you can see my picking hand as well. So, see that? I slid in there, and then I did a little up stroke. Okay, so all together now. All together now, na 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 na. All right, so. See that? And then we're going to go. And what I want to try to do now is keep this note ringing. I don't want this note to go out, right? So it's going to go. And now I'm going to play it again. The note on the 3rd string. Okay, so slide into the 4th fret, 1st string, 3rd fret again. And now, so this note's still ringing from before. And now I'm playing the 1st string, 5th fret. Okay, so that's. See that? I can see Steve is in the house. Welcome, Steve, my friend. And Glenn is in the house. We got the whole gang here. Nice to see you guys. I'm just teaching father and son. See that? Okay. So it's a really good little exercise, just sliding in from the 2nd to 4th fret, hitting that note, hitting the same note that you started with again, and then this note here. So 1st string, 5th fret. Okay? So just I wanted to kind of give you guys a cool little riff and lick to learn because it's really recognizable and fun to play. So hope you guys like that one. Who's been following along? Have you been able to get it? Now, I'm not going to teach the chord progression because I don't actually know the entire chord progression. It's not in my head. I just thought it would be cool to teach a little lick to you guys. The chord progression, the strumming would just be kind of like this. I don't know the chord progression exactly, but you can find an ultimate guitar. You just strum down, 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 up, down. It's like knocking on heaven's door. Okay. So now that you've got this main little lick down, the strumming and the chords shouldn't be a problem for you. Okay, just look it up. You'll find an ultimate guitar. Maybe that should be my next YouTube lesson. Let me know in the comments if I should make a YouTube lesson of father and son. So, Glenn and Steve, my friends, are in here. Is there anything that you guys want me to talk about? My superstar, super simple guitar members. Steve and Glenn have both been with me from the beginning. I think it's been like almost 2 years now. So, you guys really thank you for your support. It's been tremendous. And I really, really hope that I've been able to teach you guys something and get you, moving on the guitar. So if there's anything you guys want me to talk about, let me know. If not, I'm going to be signing off relatively soon here because I'm kind of out of ideas what to talk about. We covered practice routine. We covered how to get started with solo guitar. Right? Steve says, yeah, man, thanks. Thank you, Steve. Let me play a little bit more blues. Thank you, Steve. Check this out. Little breaks are important. Anyways, that's some blues for you boys and girls that are still here. Wow, not too many people left. I was expecting a bunch of you folks to leave. Alright, my friends, so I guess if there's no more questions in here, we're going to keep this short and sweet. Again, if any of you guys are interested in joining Super Simple Guitar, the All Access membership, I would love to have you, and I will give you a nice fat discount because you're watching this right now. Plus, I'll send you a t-shirt. Plus, I'll send you a printed copy of my book, right? A lot of people have got that, so thank you guys for getting it, and I hope you guys like it. Judging by the feedback I've gotten, the book has been pretty great. People love it, so I'm really happy about that. Alright, my friends, Henry Olsen here. Thank you for joining me. It's been great. I will see you guys very soon. Of course, I'm going to be doing more of these once a week, definitely. Probably on Thursdays. I've noticed that your Guitar Sage is doing Thursdays as well. So I'm kind of competing with time with him, and he's really good. But so I'm really glad that you guys are here, though. It's kind of cool that you guys are here because you could be anywhere. So those of you who are here, thank you for being here. It's really great. I really love you guys. And I'll see you very, very soon. If you're watching the replay and you have questions that you want me to talk about in next week's live stream thing, then post them. Kathleen is in the house. Oh, wow. There's a question. Good afternoon. What is the best guitar for a person with small hands? Kathleen wants to play electric guitar. Just get a Strat. Just get a Strat. A Fender Stratocaster, you can get a Mexican-built Stratocaster, Kathleen. The Mexican ones are great. They don't cost too much, and they're just great guitars. Sorry, I drank so much before. So, my friends, again, if you're watching the replay, post questions, and then next week I will talk about whatever questions you ask now. Okay? Plus, I'll ask you guys next week for questions again, too. All right, thanks a lot again for being here. You guys are awesome. I love you all. I love all the support. And looking forward to see you guys again soon. All right, take it easy. Henry Olsen here. Bye.